Alright, what's up everybody? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, season's greetings, whatever you want to call it. I apologize if I left you out. This is my favorite video of the year, which is basically where I recap the entire year, what I've learned from, what I've grown this year, talk about my struggles, my goals for next year, and so much more. It's really my favorite video that I do every year, and I'm so excited. This one's going to be such a unique and personal one. Will I cry this year? You'll have to watch to the end to find out. I want to thank you all especially for the great support this year. None of what I do here on the channel is possible without the viewership, even if you love me or hate me. As I mention every year, this is not one of my typical videos. This is a way more laid back, relaxed, chill kind of vibe. As per usual, of course, it's Christmas, so I have to plug the Dividend Stocks Not Drugs merchandise. You want to get your old pal Ryan a nice little Christmas gift, a little commission you could even say, go check that out. Buy one of the shirts. It's 15% off through tomorrow. Get a real nice looking shirt, and you also help support one of your favorite creators in return. Wink wink. Thank you all, and of course, roll the Christmas intro.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus.
Please, it's too much winning.
Hello, I like money.
Alright, so there are two ways to really approach a YouTube channel, and this video is going to cover my investing personal life and the YouTube channel. You can either approach it as a hobby or as a business, and that's something that Ali Abdal always says on his channel. And from my perspective this year, I really took YouTube as a business instead of a hobby. I leveled up, I just grinded, I really committed a lot of time to it, and obviously that's been paying off, but there's still a lot of things I want to talk about. I'm very satisfied, but I'm also not at the same time. Another reason I love running this channel is really the documentation that I can do. I always love going back and watching the old New Year's goals videos, from 2021 and 2022. And it's kind of fun to just kind of see how I've matured since then. And I'm sure in 5 years I'll do the same thing with this video. But I was watching last year's yesterday, and I was coming off of a time where, my life wasn't as amazing. I wasn't always happy. And I'm just in a way different spot right now. I'm loving life a lot more right now. But I still have challenges that I definitely deal with, but this year was a great year for me. I think I'm at a really good spot in my life for, I don't need to put on an act that I'm always angry or whatever, I'm always on this grind or whatever, some little corny act that I kind of had on last year. I've just kind of matured. I'm still putting in work every day in all aspects of my life, which I'm very happy about. But I'm not making a big deal about it anymore. It's kind of just a routine part thing for me at this point. I'm not really making it my entire personality. So that's something where I'm really happy at right now in my life. I just feel like I'm happy. I'm putting in work. I'm in a mature spot. But of course I still do have my challenges, which I'll talk about. So if you guys didn't know, basically last year on YouTube, I had 310 subscribers pretty much a year ago when I made this video, and currently I'm sitting at 1.7 thousand. Now, that's remarkable growth at the end of the day, and I'm very happy. I'm very blessed that it turned out this way. I said that if I weren't monetized by this time, basically next year, I'd get a part-time job. As you know, right now, I really do want YouTube to be kind of my part-time job. I think it has so much potential long-term. Not only grow it as a business, but really benefit me and others personally. I think that's really been reflected in my investing strategy this year. I think I've just really matured at the end of the day. But my 2022 goals, to kind of recap what I accomplished, what I didn't. Get monetized was the only one for YouTube. I did that this year. I went really hard in June, July, August, which were basically my, summer break. I went very hard. I invested in an actual setup, equipment and all, and it basically doubled my channel's, statistics at the current recording, as I mentioned. So very happy, very blessed that happened. It was very scary at sometimes. I remember making a video, beginning a break, and in the first 3 hours, it only got 10 views, and that was an absolute rock bottom for me. And, that was just kind of it was just I keep doing everything, I feel like I was doing everything I could to grow the channel at that point, and just nothing I could do worked. It was very demotivating, and I've talked about it in the past, but I've always said that when I started this channel, I would never quit. As long as I had the passion, I would continue making these videos, and certainly paid off thus far. So that's just a life lesson to all of you. If you really want something, just never quit on it and it'll come to you. I also said that I wanted to produce longer content, which obviously that was kind of a restriction that I had, is at the time I was making videos with a freaking iPad, and that was, I had an 8-minute video cap. Basically I'd have to delete all the apps on my iPad to export the video, and it was just such a bother. But thank God, the Mac has been such an amazing investment that's paid off so far, and I'm looking forward in the future of the channel 3, 4, 5 years as I continue to grow and branch out this really as a business that I can continue making those upgrades, all thanks to you guys, of course. I also wanted to grow the Discord community to 50, 60, 70 members. We absolutely blew out that goal. That's one of the things I'm most proud about that I accomplished this year was the Discord growth, and it's not even something that I crazy promote either. I'll mention it once or twice in a video, and it's always in the description, as everything always is. But currently we're near 140 members on the Discord, which I think is absolutely nuts. I think it's really one of the top communities in the investing space right now. We have dividend investors, growth investors, all types of people on there, old people, young people, middle-aged people. We have all sorts of people on there. I'm just so proud of the community that we built on there. I'm very, very blessed to have people on there, especially the moderators. We've done a really nice job this year, I think, on the Discord. I'm very proud of that, and I want to continue that going into next year. Expanding and establishing my brand, I think that kind of comes simultaneously with all the other things that I tried to accomplish this year. But I'm definitely happy with the progress that I've made, and I'll talk way more about that. Get my portfolio to around the $20,000 range. That's where I said I wanted to have it. I made the mistake of 2 years ago trying to get a portfolio goal value of $25,000, and I was like wildly under that. I just kind of realized, for my goals, I want to have controllable factors. Now, obviously, you want to have some motivation, but I want to be motivated year-round. There are a lot of things that I can and can't control, portfolio value being one of them. And lastly, get $700 in annual projected dividend income. Now, I probably could have hit this if I hadn't sold out a lot of my lower quality, high yielding stocks and bought a lot of stuff that's just going to have me underperform for a long time. But that gets me to my next point of stuff that I learned this year. I think one of the biggest things was total returns and performance when we're talking investing wise. Really just comparing everything to the S&P 500 before I buy has made me a lot more hesitant to buy certain stocks, and that's really impacted me positively as an investor. Once again, I think a lot of this it testifies to the people on Discord holding me accountable every day to this. Also, investing wise, this year I really learned to be picky with my stocks. I think that you need to be picky, have a bunch of requirements, both qualitatively and quantitatively. I'm very and really happy about how I've done with my cash conservation strategy this year. I felt that's one of my biggest areas that I've grown. In the past, I've been known to get a $150 deposit into the account, and that money's gone in the next 2 days, and I usually overpay for companies just because I had the money. This year, I've done an amazing job conserving cash. Typically, it feels like whenever lawn mowing season stops, I immediately have no money in my account for the next 2 months, but this time I've actually prepared ahead of time, give me a round of applause, and I have about $750 in cash, and I bought some stocks today. So I'm very happy with my cash positions at right now. I'm doing an amazing job with that. It also helps that stocks are going up every day pretty much. And probably over the last quarter, I've really simplified my investing strategy. Just buy really good companies and hold. That's it. But there have definitely been some companies over the last year. If you would have asked me a year ago my thoughts on them, it would definitely have changed from now to then. As a result in this change in my investing philosophy, my projected dividend income has definitely dropped of where it could have been, potentially if I were buying, 3 or 4% yielders every transaction. That's just not the case. And over the long term, that's going to work to my favor. Alright, I want to talk about YouTube now. This was an absolutely wild year for YouTube, and it needed to happen. Obviously, I got monetized. That was the big thing. But a lot of things that I just didn't foresee happening in a year have happened. And I still am in a place where I don't feel satisfied, but that kind of comes back to my mindset. In the last year, I got sponsored, and I've got the opportunity to work with one of the greatest role models in the investing community, somebody I really look up to, and somebody that really inspired me to start this journey overall. And the fact that I'm sponsored by him, which is dividenddata.com, use my link in the description, and have been able to have a much more personal relationship with him, it's an absolute blessing. I also have other creators that have been reaching out to me for potential relationships business-wise in the future as well, which I'm also looking forward to that possibly. I got monetized, I started the channel memberships, started the merch obviously, and I want to talk about something that I've been dealing with a lot recently, which is my fear of branching too quickly and being viewed as a sellout. Now, I don't regret the Dividend Data merger whatsoever. I'm very happy with that sponsorship, how it's gone. I've been called a sellout a few times, but whatever. I'm very happy with that. But it kind of goes when I'm starting to do merch, I'm starting to do the channel memberships, and that's where I kind of get, icky about that. One thing I did say to myself is that I never wanted to sell out. I never wanted to branch out too quickly. And that's something that I've been just kind of dealing with. I've been told by multiple people that I'm not doing it too quickly, that just my audience isn't enough. Also comes to another part of it is dealing with failure on those branches and those ventures that I've been doing. The channel memberships, I envisioned a much better thing for that when I initially started it. Right now, I pretty much have only had one or two members, reoccurring monthly. That's something that I definitely want to reevaluate going into 2024. I think it's just a lot of people, don't love the reoccurring revenue source. Like you'd think initially out of a community of 1.7 thousand people that if you can get 3 or 5 people, which I initially kind of envisioned for it, that'd be a major success for you. But I found that when you have to offer a product that people are actually paying for with their hard-earned money, you have to make it like really, really good. Which is kind of goes back to the merch as well. With the merch, it's really been weird. First month with the merch, I've had about 5, 6 orders maybe, but then it's literally for the last month I haven't gotten one sale, no matter how much I promote it. People telling me they're going to buy it, not actually going through it, which kind of hurts as well. It's just really weird when you have an initial spike in orders like that, which of course I'm very grateful for. I've actually viewed the merch as a success so far. Even if you make new products, no matter how great you think they are, I am proud of the product that I put out with the merchandise. I always said if I'm not proud of a product that I'm putting out, then I'm a sellout. That's something that I never wanted to do. And I was, urged by people to start the merch. I think it's good for my brand over time. I think it has a deeper meaning to it, which I've talked about on the Discord, promoting sobriety, clean lifestyle, all that good stuff, investing your money. But it just really hurts when you put a lot of time and effort and energy into something and it just doesn't get results, especially when you're loading on. It's really, I found this is something that I've kind of strayed away from too. You load on every day and you just see that zero number. That's something that I think could be damaging to you mentally if you don't have the right mindset. At this point with the merchandise, I'm still gonna continue, promoting it. It's just something that over time you're going to have to deal with. Failure on certain ventures, which I kind of knew that I'd be dealing with when I started it. Of course, everything has failures in it. Like even when you offer discount codes and sales and not even one person has redeemed it over the last month, I think that's just something that kind of hurts. Now this probably I'm chalking it up to only having 1.7 thousand subscribers. That's probably a big reason of it. So I think that's obviously going to grow over time as I grow my audience, target audience, all that good stuff. But just another thing that this is a big thing that I've been dealing with this year is just not being satisfied, even though the amazing amount of progress that I've made, and I can still recognize that. It's weird. Like in November, it was a horrible month, YouTube views wise. I was putting a lot of effort and quality into the videos, and it just felt like every time a video could perform worse, I'm getting 10 views in 2 hours, and then I would just like top it off. Right now, I would consider it being a good month. December's been pretty solid, actually. I've been doing decent recently. I've had a few videos take off this year, but it just feels like, no matter how hard I work, no matter the video topics I choose, I can't just get one video to, like, completely catapult growth. And that's something that really scares me on the channel, is always being one of those finance channels that always just seems to be stuck in the loophole of 1 to 10K. And that's something that actually terrifies me. I don't want to be one of those channels who's always just notoriously been in that 1 to 10,000 subscriber range. I want to have 50, 100K plus over the long term, of course. I want this to be more of a growth process, not one video just catapult it all. But I'm just kind of waiting for that one video. Over 25,000 views, something just to kickstart it. My most viral one right now is a Tesla one, ironically, which has about 7,000, which I'm very happy about, and that's continuing to get views too. But if I could just get one video, just to completely, it's all I'm asking. And then lastly, like hate comments. I feel like the hate comments recently have been a lot more consistent than they have been in the past, which I like. Now, this is something that's a big flaw of mine, and I think it's probably one of my biggest flaws, and I've admitted it, is I get too caught up into it, and I probably shouldn't be responding to hate comments. At least I'm not like somebody and I silence them and, take what people's voices away. I'd never do that. That's against free speech. I think that's low. But I just feel like I've been getting a lot of hate recently. Well, I feel like I am one of the best persons on the planet to be primed to deal with this, and I genuinely believe that. But recently, it's just feel like it's been me against the world. Even sometimes people that I know have been turning on me, and that's it is what it is. I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to make money, as CM Punk says. So I'm thinking of potentially in the 2024 year to kind of, make my brand, the heel role, the villain role of finance YouTube. I think that'd be a little funny, kind of play a character. But, we'll see how it goes. I just feel like the hate comments, it's weird. None of them actually, like, rattle me. Some people have asked me, like, do you actually take in your real life? It's like, no, it's fucking YouTube. I'm not gonna be talking some virgin on the internet who's commenting on my YouTube video, who probably weighs 300 pounds and eats Cheetos in their mom's basement, is commenting on a YouTube video about Tesla. Who, I really don't care. There's not been one instance I can truthfully and wholeheartedly say that I take, my online interactions outside of it. It just goes back to my lifestyle. I live a very clean lifestyle. I have other hobbies besides this. This year I started like seriously training jujitsu. That's been a complete blast. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to train recently because I sprained my ankle, but I'm really eager to get forward to that, continue learning. That's completely developed my mindset in ways I couldn't imagine. I've also found that I get discriminated against a lot, and it's not because of my color, my nice hair, my hairstyle, my beautiful blue eyes. It's because of my age. It is just straight up because of my age, and it feels like every person that I get into a debate or argument with, or somebody that attacks me, it's some 40-year-old dope. It's some loser that can't comprehend that my knees work and theirs don't. So I apologize if you're 40 and you're a supporter of the channel. I apologize. I love you guys all. But in all seriousness, it just feels like I've been discriminated a lot against because of my age. I've made multiple posts about this, but you have posts of people complaining about some teenage punk. I really don't care. That's part of my branding. It is what it is. So that's something I want to definitely get better at this year is, dealing with hate comments better, not getting too into it, not getting all riled up. Some people claim I make personal insults, maybe be more sensitive. I don't know. If I'm being honest, it's usually me at school that's really bored that I'm just, stirring the pot and, get, clapping back at people. But, it's very hard for me sometimes to just ignore it when somebody makes an attack on your character. That's just me personally. I don't take disrespect very well, and you gotta always respond. So that's something that I definitely want to work on this year. I definitely know I'm aware of it, and I'm gonna I'll try my best. I promise. All right, 2024 goals, pretty simple investing wise. Is just keep things simple, buy more companies, and sell less. I think I already have a pretty good, core portfolio at the moment. There are not a lot of positions in my portfolio at this point. I view it as pretty lean. There's obviously still some fat in there that I'd eventually long-term like to trim out of Coca-Cola, J&J, etc. But I feel it's in a much leaner place, and I want to continue to have it be lean and just buying companies at fair prices. That's all I want to do at the end of the day. I've been a lot more picky of what prices I'm buying at, understanding valuation a lot more, and just being a lot more patient. I feel like at this point I'm the most patient I've ever been as an investor. I've been the most simple I've ever been, and that's where I want to keep it at. With YouTube, of course, I want to continue expanding my brand. With merch, I want to have maybe 20 orders year-wide, 10, 20 year orders. I'd be happy with that. I'd be content. Continuing to offer value, of course, to you guys. I love doing that. Just making videos that I feel personally I'd watch. That I'd watch all the way through. I want to make it as entertaining, as funny as possible. And just, try to find my target audience. That's something that I've been struggling a little bit with recently. Finding my target audience, which is real man's investing, people who actually like buying companies, looking at fundamentals, etc. Also, the Cash Flow Kings channel is something that I've been working on with Fiscal. It's our live show, essentially. And we've actually had really solid growth on it recently. So I'm happy. I want to grow that to maybe 400 or 500 subscribers, maybe get that first tier monetization this year. But I'm very happy with that's been going. My personal channel, it's weird, because you can't control subscribers. I found that making goals that are not in controllable factors are kind of stupid. So subscribers, if I got around to 5,000, I'd be happy with that. That's just a number I'm throwing out there. If I hit it, whatever. But, I'd like to hit 5,000 eventually. I do want to scale up. I want to get out of that 10,000 mark as soon as possible. I don't want to be in, that quicksand, as the kids say. Something that I've been working on recently is improving the background footage of the videos. Now, I think this is a horrible video to do it on, but I gotta keep it a tradition. It's just Mr. Krabs for the Yule log. But, definitely improving the background footage of the videos. That's something that I've been kind of critiqued on recently. That's somewhere I really want to improve. Also, if you're still at this point watching the video, thank you. But also, let me know in the comments, how can I improve on the channel? I love genuine feedback. That's something that I definitely think I need. I want to also start experimenting with one-take content more. This is essentially, the videos where I hop on StreamYard. I just make a video for 10-20 minutes, just me kind of rambling about a video topic or something, sharing my perspective, less edited. Maybe people want to see more of that, so I want to continue producing all kinds of content. No matter what your preference is. I also want to compete in jiu-jitsu in May. This is kind of a personal thing for me. So I'm going to compete in that. My goal is to place top 3 in the tournament. That's the goal. That's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, and that's the end of the video. It was a bit of a longer one. Very happy it turned out this way. I want to thank you all so much for being part of the channel this year. Obviously, nothing what I do is possible without the viewership. Every time I see a comment, I genuinely get really excited to interact, positive or negative, as we talked about. Thank you all so much again. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas, happy holiday, whatever you celebrate. Thank you all for watching. Merry Christmas, and of course, do dividend stocks, not drugs. Have a good one.